finally here.
Shutterstock Music.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're on the road. I've gone and done it. I ended up winning at an auction on eBay for a 1970 Duster. I'm in Detroit, Michigan. On the way there now through New Brunswick with my two sons, Ryan and Sean, he's awake now, kind of awake. We're on our way. We're gonna cannonball this thing and pick up this Duster. We'll check in with you along the way and tell you more about the car. Stay tuned. Well, our first stop here, where are we, boys? In Perth, New Brunswick? I think that's what the sign said. Anyway, it's our first stop. I didn't mention earlier, but this is about door to door from where we live to where the Duster is. It's about a 21-hour drive. And we're gonna go as far as London, I think, today. And then we've got family there. We're gonna hang out. That'll be the home base. And then we'll leave from there and grab that Duster the next day there on Friday. All right, here we go. Well, we made it. Hey, boys?
Yeah.
21 hours, 2,000 kilometers, 1,300 miles. Only stopping for gas and restrooms. We did it. We're exhausted. It's time to crash. We'll catch you guys back when it's time to go get to the Duster. All right, it's the next morning. We're on our way to go pick up the Duster. Do a little shopping. We got Ryan over here. What's going on, Ryan? We got Sean at the back. We got the U-Haul trailer now ready to go. It's behind us. We got about 250 kilometers to go before we go to pick up the Duster in the afternoon. We gotta make a very important stop at the Lego store, right? That's an important one. We'll do that first, do a little shopping, and then we'll go pick up the Duster. And after we pick it up, we'll share a bit more about the story behind the car, at least what I know, and a bit more about the car itself. All right, we'll shut her down, and we'll see you guys when we get closer to the border. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we woke up this morning with about 3 inches of snow on the ground, so that seems fine. That sounds about right. Makes it for a nice day to go pick up this car. It'll be all covered in snow. That's fantastic. We are driving from London, Ontario, through to Windsor, Ontario. And we'll cross the border there, and that's what we'll come back to. Paperwork's all set up to bring this car across, supposedly. We'll see in a few hours if that really is the case. Talk to you later. Here we are in Windsor, Ontario, getting ready to cross the border. Just coming up on the Ambassador Bridge. Go through customs and catch you on the other side. Well, I got updates. Unfortunately, not good news. Probably see behind me that there isn't a 1970 Plymouth Duster on the trailer back there. So, problem at the border. Looks like I screwed up, basically. I had the right paperwork for the import into Canada, but the export from the US, I screwed up. So, I've got to get that resubmitted, and I've resubmitted it, so now I'll have to come back and bring the car over in 3 days, because there's a 3-day lead time that you have to submit. So it's okay. What we're going to do is go back and spend a day with the family, which we were going to do anyway, and then that's in London, Ontario. And then on Sunday morning, we're going to wake up bright and early, get back to Detroit, pick up the car, and then instead of going through the Canadian-US border in Windsor or in Sarnia or Huron, we're going to take the US pathway all the way back to Maine, bordering New Brunswick, and on Monday evening, which works out to be 3 days from where we are right now, and I should be able to cross the border properly there on both the export and the import. So a little bit of a setback, but in the end we're not going to be home much later than we planned the first time. So kind of recovered that disaster, but we're going home empty-handed right now, and I'm ready for a beer. What about you guys? Ryan got his Lego, mission accomplished. Sean didn't get anything, but we'll work that out. And yeah, I guess I'll see you Sunday morning. everyone. We're back on the road this morning. We're in Michigan. We've crossed the border already, and it's a chilly morning, minus 18 degrees Celsius. It's cold, but the sun's out today, and it looks like we're going to have sun for the whole trip today. So we're going to pick up the Duster right now. We're probably an hour away, and the new plan is to pick up the Duster today, and we're going to drive it through the US all the way to Maine, just before the border crossing in New Brunswick. And I have someone there that's going to hold the car for me while I get the paperwork sorted out, and I can zip across later this week and pick it up, hopefully on Friday. So a little setback, but really not too bad in the end. So the boys are here, they're resting. I'll pick you back up when we have the car, and we're back on the road. Well, we got it! Yes! You can see behind me, we're all finished. Big thanks to Kevin, the seller, for his help getting her all loaded up and settled. Everything in the car is what he described it as, and it's exactly what I was hoping for, so thanks, Kevin. I asked Ryan what he thought of the car. What'd you say it was? A rust bucket. And he said, maybe not the bucket, just rust. A little harsh. You can't see the car for what it will be, and even what it is. Good look underneath. It's a pretty solid car, so I'm really happy with that. And of course, it needs some outer sheet metal work, but that's really not a big deal. It's a good solid car, and the best part is this car hasn't been touched. It's just as it is, as it was. Hasn't been messed with. Everything is there. I'll give you more rundown on the car a bit later in the drive, but just wanted to check in and say we got it, and we're making our way home. Long journey through the States, but here we go. 23 hours. It's a long day. We got here, we're in Bangor, Maine. It's 3 a.m. local time. It's nice. We'll have short sleep and some breakfast and wrap things up tomorrow. And I'll explain what's going on with the Duster tomorrow. But that's it for today. Well, good morning once again. Had about 4 hours sleep last night, and we're ready to go. Back on the road from Bangor, Maine, up to Calais, Maine, where I'm going to store the car for, I guess, 3 or 4 days until Friday, where all the paperwork should be in place for me to zip back and bring it across the border. I just live 4.5, 5 hours from the border, so this gets the car close, and on Friday is the plan. I'll zip over, pick it up, bring it back, I'll have all the paperwork, and we should be good to go. So, fingers crossed, that's the plan. I told the boys we'd go home today, unpack, get back in the truck, and just go for a drive, because, you know, we haven't spent much time driving in the past few days. That was a flat no from them. Anyway, I'll check in with you later. That's the plan. All right, well, I've got the Duster and the trailer parked at the border at someone I know's location, just right by the border there, which will be handy for us. We've made our way back home from the border, and everything's good to go. The paperwork, I heard from earlier today, the exporter's got everything now set up properly for me, so I'll be going back on Friday morning to finally bring that car back across the border. So that's when I'll pick you up next. What do you think, Ryan? You come with me? Not sure yet? Alright, well, we'll pick this up Friday morning. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we, in 6 days, covered ground across 4 provinces, 7 U.S. states, 2 full family days, a day of shopping in the U.S. And I think it's, I'll have to put an image up in the top right here, but I think it's well over 50 hours in the car together, the 3 of us, me and the boys, Sean and Ryan. I think we're ready to pack it in until Friday. Well, good morning. It's Friday, and I'm heading to get the Duster. Finally. I think I've got the paperwork all sorted out. Big shout out to usexports.com. I'll throw the link down below. They were just awesome to deal with to get the export done, get the paperwork done. So I think we're good to go. Cross your fingers. Flying solo this morning. The boys weren't up to it again. Probably could have bribed them, but they're home. Actually, they're right now pulling an all-nighter with their gaming friends. So, by myself, but it's just after 5 a.m. Should be at the car at about 9 a.m. Left it on the trailer, on the U-Haul trailer at SUNY Feeds, the company I do business with. I'll throw a picture up there. So let's just back up, tear off, and head through the CBP exports lane and see if everything adds up. Bring that thing finally home today. All right, we'll check in later. All right, just checked in with the guys here at C&E Feeds. Settled up for storing the car. She's back here. Still safe and sound. Looks like it's untouched. Alright, let's hook this baby up. Alright, here we go. All set. Export, import's all clear. This car is officially Canadian. Let's go. Now, 4.5 or close to 5-hour trip home. We'll get this baby in the warm garage, tucked away. Let's go! We made it. Finally have the Duster home. What a trip. Today was not so bad, but all in all, the whole trip out there, bringing it back from Michigan, letting it sit at the border for a few days, and finally today bringing it home. Beautiful day, sunny, couple degrees Celsius, so I'm gonna pull this thing in, give it a real quick bath because it's got a bunch of road salt and shit all over it. Get that cleaned up, get it put in the garage, get it warmed up, dry it off, and then that's it for this episode. Next episode, we're gonna do a walk around, take a look at this thing, dig into it, and we'll talk about what my vision is for it and where we're gonna go next. All right, thanks for hanging along. We'll see you soon.